back to another episode of
The Fuzzy Pod.
Okay, ready?
The Fuzzy Pod. How do we go for the same note? Pod. Ooh, she's a musician. Ooh. I'm Megan.
I'm Maddie. We are so happy to have you guys here for another week. Back at it.
Another week of the Pop Star Diaries.
Yeah, we are very excited because this episode is all about music videos. So we're excited we got a lot to discuss today when it comes to music videos because the tea, the drama, the long days.
There's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot to talk about.
Before we get into music videos, though, we thought that this Pop Star Diaries would be a good time to finally spill some tea on
the Scooter Braun of it all.
So Scooter Braun has been making headlines the last couple years for not very good reasons. Okay, first of all, we had the Scooter Braun versus Taylor Swift, like stealing the catalog, taking the masters. But we have, Taylor Swift has been taking back the power.
We love to see it.
Taylor's versions. It's been great. But more recently, within the last month, a lot of artists allegedly have been dropping him as a manager.
Bye.
And nothing new has come out that I know of from what I was looking up about
today.
As of today.
The day that we are recording.
But as of today, no new information has come out as to why these artists are allegedly dropping him.
Yes.
But, we like to keep things pretty positive here on the Fuzzy Pod.
Except for when we see a snake.
And what I'm trying to say is...
We've been waiting for an opportunity to talk about this man.
Do we have some stories of interactions? And basically, was every interaction we ever had with Mr. Skeeter just terrible and just foul? Honestly, it will...
This is the thing. Where do we even begin? First of all, it's just the vibes. When you meet someone, normally you can catch a vibe. And I feel like you and I are very, this is... I'm gonna get too crunchy and woo-woo. But you can sense the energy.
Yeah.
And we're very good about discerning when someone's someone's a snake. And all I'll say is that we called it.
So we had a couple run-ins with Scooter Braun back in my pop star days, and I want to bring up two incidents. Okay. I just think we can go ahead and talk about these since we're all kind of starting to agree that maybe not a good person.
Maybe not the best guy.
I don't like talking about people normally. I like to be kind, but also I'll just tell the stories and you can get a vibe. So the first interaction that we ever had with Scooter Braun was at a Justin Bieber concert. I had the same business manager at the time as Justin Bieber, so we got free passes to go. Honestly, pretty cool. So we were standing, small flex. We were standing by the soundboard with the two of us and probably four other people that had these passes.
4 or 5 other people, yeah.
That all just had to be know someone in the camp to be standing there because it wasn't a normal.
We didn't have a
ticket.
Seat.
We didn't have a seat.
Yeah, we just had the
friends and
passes,
we're the friends and family stand.
Yeah, exactly.
At this show. So
because we're friends and family.
Friends and family of Justin Bieber.
Obviously.
Literally never met him, but
which actually, side note off of that, I'm pretty sure they gave us the wrong pass. We weren't supposed to be there. They were supposed to give us a different pass. Do you remember that?
No.
Because we were I don't think they gave us the right thing.
We were supposed to not have as cool of a pass.
Yes. Yeah. Because we were had full access.
Oh yeah, the pass we had, we could walk around
the
backstage,
go to all the dressing rooms. Yeah. We had full access passes, and I don't think we were supposed to have those.
That's so true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but anyways,
we found our way to the sound booth where we'd be watching the show, and it's about 5 minutes or so before Justin's supposed to come on and perform, and Mr. Scooter comes over, and instead of just I don't know, there were so many ways that you could have approached the situation by relaying the same information without being, I don't know, a total jerk. But he comes over and just immediately just goes, hey, to all these people standing here, hey, you guys, Selena's coming over here. And if you look at her, if you talk to her, if you touch her, I will kick you out of here. And it's bro.
Just
I
being
understand
unnecessarily aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's we're all just standing here. You act like we're all ah! And also I'm pretty sure like we were all. It wasn't like it was like kids. Like it wasn't like
no. That was the other thing. Like we were probably the youngest people there, and everyone else was like over the age of probably 30. Would you say?
Yeah. Like it was just very weird.
So I think the takeaway for me was like, whoa, what like an aggressive way to like come out the gate instead of just being like, I don't know. There were so many other ways you could relay the same information of like, hey guys, just so you know, just want to like she's coming this way, but like just respect the privacy, like. There were so many other ways to deliver it. And when I tell you, like, it was like right out the gate, just like demeaning and aggressive, like talking to everyone there like they weren't people. I was like, excuse me.
Snake.
Man, like, I understand big celebrity coming this way, but like you're talking to us like we're zoo animals right now.
Yes. Like literally trying to herd us like cows.
But that being said, we did stand directly next to Selena like the entire show, and being able to be there in the era when they were like when Jelena was a thing and see her point to herself in the lyric of but I gotta keep an eye out for Selena. That was a pretty iconic.
That was iconic.
That was a pretty iconic pop culture moment to be like literally standing next to her while she's like I'm like, okay,
never forget that. But she was also super sweet. Like I feel like she wasn't acting like
all this to say like Selena was
then when she actually
sweet.
showed up, she was like I feel like she was like, oh hi.
Yeah.
Like literally was the sweetest person.
Very
and it
kind.
was like, sir, like you're just trying to like flex. Like this is a weird like you flexing moment, like flexing your power. It's giving power struggle. It's giving small man. It's giving overcompensating. That's all I'll say.
Then we ran into him a couple years later. I was at BeautyCon performing, and I think one of his artists was there as well. And he came over right before I was about to go on stage to talk to my manager, asking if he could like take a couple minutes from my time slot just to go up on stage and ask the audience like, I swear, am I making this up? Did he tell them to like go somewhere else to like watch another performance?
Yes,
or
it was something like that. Yeah.
Like, first of all, I don't know why we agreed to like let him go on mic. I feel like he was being super aggressive, and my manager was probably just like, okay, yeah, whatever, just go say what you need to on stage. But before he goes on stage to like make his announcement or whatever,
his special announcement,
literally, man's within earshot of me, like was calling me like a wannabe Ariana Grande, like off-brand Ariana Grande, was saying I was ripping off her clothing because I was wearing a circle skirt and crop top, like she invented that.
Yes, literally.
Also, my outfit was much more costumey.
Yeah, way more like, I don't know, like.
You want to describe the fit?
Yeah, so like, which we all know this already. Like Megan literally wore like a taco dress. Like it's all like on theme, and like she's never worn anything like that. So Megan's outfit was like a circle skirt with like cute little like cutout like giant like lipsticks.
So it was BeautyCon. She loves a good theme.
So it was on theme. And please tell me when Ariana Grande has ever worn anything like that. Give me the evidence, sir, because I think that you just don't understand clothing.
That's like saying that like any like pop star wearing a bodysuit, like Dua Lipa can't wear a bodysuit because Katy Perry wore one once. You know what I mean? Like
it's
she's a wannabe
ridiculous.
Katy Perry. Like no.
No.
There's just like a certain kind of like, there's only so many silhouettes for like pop star wear, I swear. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what?
I also can't even pick out, like maybe she's worn crop tops, because everyone has.
Yeah.
But like I literally can't even tell you when I've seen her wear a circle skirt.
There was an era where she like coming out of like that kind of like 50s-esque thing. I feel like she wore a lot of those.
Okay.
Like, this was like also vinyl material, which was like just a lot of things were different.
Mans just has zero taste. Let's just call it what it is. We've seen his outfits too. Like Mans is just.
But I think the point of like saying all this is like any interaction we had with him was just so unnecessarily aggressive, rude, demeaning.
It's
like
just,
for why?
Like, why?
For like no reason.
Like also like what kind? This is too much. But what kind of small man like feels like he needs to comment something like that?
Yeah,
like that's just so silly. Like
literally
how is that
like
affecting you
2 minutes before I'm about to go on stage, and I'm just like standing there, and I'm like,
and it's like
rolling my eyes,
like what is this going to benefit you?
Can you go away?
like literally,
like
literally.
Why are you here?
Who hurt you? Because hurt people hurt people.
Anyways, we don't want to give any more time to Skeeter, but I think that's good for now.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
That's all we have to say. We were just holding on to like all these stories.
Is that we didn't want to talk badly, but we wanted to talk badly because now it's getting confirmed.
Yeah.
Like now it's like, okay, now everyone is starting to see like maybe something's going on that we've been saying for years.
Anyway, so that's our side of our story from our personal experiences. But today, the focus is not on Scooter Braun being a snake. Today, the focus is on me working with snakes on music videos. You like that transition?
Real snakes.
Real snakes. Like actual living live snakes.
It's giving Britney.
It's giving Britney, B.
Say it.
So I think a good way to like kind of ease into talking about all things music videos, like Madison was saying, the long days on set, what goes wrong, what are some like what goes right, the best parts of making a music video, is to play a little game of 2 truths and a lie. I would be playing this with Maddie, but she knows literally everything about my life, so I think she'll easily know what the lie is. Okay, the first one is, the longest music video shoot I ever did was 3 days. I was in a music video with 6 different types of animals. I learned to roller skate on the day of a music video. And the lie is... Do you want to be the one to say it?
Oh. That she learned to skate day of for a music video.
All right, so let's get into these. Let's start with the lie. I learned to roller skate the day of a music video. I had a music video for a song of mine called Silver Metal, where we shot at Moonlight Rollerway, which is kind of iconic at this point.
It is a thing.
You will notice this location in so many music videos, and most recently in the latest Kardashians, what's it called? Intro.
The intro. I don't know why they did that. The biggest mistake, but we won't get into it. But yes, they did shoot there. Mm-hmm.
So many music videos, so many movies have been shot at Moonlight Rollerway.
Or like even people just like hosting events there.
Yes.
And I'm like, I know where that is.
It's like the spot. And it's like in like a random city in LA, Glendale, which we love Glendale. And Glendale always felt like my little secret.
Yes.
But then Moonlight Rollerway, like everyone knows about that.
Now everyone knows about Glendale, I swear. We used to be like, oh yeah, Glendale. People would be like, where?
Where is that?
What's that?
You're like, Moonlight Rollerway.
It's the spot.
But the other 2, let's get into them. I was in a music video with 6 different types of animals. Maddie was there for this one. It was a music video for my song Escape as part of the YouTube Music Awards, which basically meant that YouTube like had an allotted budget to make a music video for me, which is kind of insane. Whenever I start to mention these animals in the video, you'll understand that.
Can I guess all the animals?
Yeah, you want
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, when I start to list all these animals, though, it's like, no, that was not paid for out of my budget.
Yeah.
That was YouTube money. That was Google money.
No, we were working on $10 a budget whenever it was our budget.
So yes, I was in a music video with 6 different types of animals. And Maddie, do you remember what those animals were?
Okay, of course the bear.
Yeah, there was a bear, a real bear.
Were there bunnies?
Yes.
You already mentioned the snake.
Yeah, snake. This was the music video with the snake.
Was there a frog?
There was a frog.
Okay, that's
You're so close.
A wolf?
A wolf? Yeah.
Shoot.
You have some more. You're so close.
Oh, come on. Wolf.
Okay, can I give you a hint?
Come on.
Think about how there's different like types of animals, right? There's amphibians, reptiles, mammals. We almost got like all of them.
A dolphin. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's a mammal.
I feel like there wasn't like a fish.
No, so then what does that leave?
I don't know.
Your least favorite. Maybe you blocked it out because of the trauma. It's your least favorite animal.
A spider?
No, that's an insect.
I don't know.
Bird.
Oh, that makes sense. I literally would have never guessed that.
I thought you hate birds.
I do hate birds. There was a bird?
Yeah, a falcon.
Oh, yeah, I suppressed that. That's scary. That's scary. I suppressed that for sure.
There was a trained falcon, and he's in like the last part of the music video of Escape, where I kind of like, there was this scene that they set up where I spot the falcon in the tree. They call the falcon, and he flies out, and I follow him into the field.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we ran the practice, Falcon was nailing it. He had his marks, he had his timing, and honestly was a rock star. Something started happening when we started recording where he just like
shy.
He got a little shy and he just wasn't like hitting his cue. Which which, you probably say like, Megan, yeah, he's a falcon, like chill. Except for the fact that this scene, I was, for some reason, barefoot in. And I'm having to run across the forest floor that is filled with twigs and like leaves, and my feet were killing me. And so this falcon kept messing up, and literally by the 6th time I'm like running across, my feet are like on the verge of bleeding. I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, Falcon, get it together.
Get your shit together, Falcon.
Be a professional. So that's my main memory of the Falcon is
Wow.
not hitting a mark when we actually started recording.
I'm guessing spider.
No,
I actually don't mind spiders.
Oh my gosh. But then, the bear, obviously we have to like touch on that because holy cow, there was a bear in the music video. A lot of people, I don't know if you know this, Maddie, think that the bear was like CGI.
No, he was very real.
He was very real, and I was very scared.
He was friendly.
It's so, when it's happening in the moment and you're like that close to a bear, it's like almost so overwhelming, and you're like in awe in a lot of ways, but also you're like, I'm going to also pee my pants because you're a bear. And like, yes,
he was like a baby bear.
Yeah. And I use that in quotations because it's like still a wild animal that like, looking back, I'm like, should we have bear actors? I don't know.
I know. I felt so sad because they had him in like this little, it looked like a prison.
Oh no,
like
I never saw that.
And I went over to it because I was like, poor Tag. And he was just sitting there with his hands like on the bars. And I was like, this little baby bear.
I never saw that.
I know.
Probably good. They probably kept me away from that.
I was so
like,
sad.
You just get to see the magical
I literally
sides of
was
it.
like, I want to set him free. I thought about it.
So the bear trainers came out with Tag the bear. Wow, you can't believe you remembered his name.
I never forget a bear.
And they had everyone like in the crew like stand behind this like taped off area.
They were like briefing us. They were like, no one move. Like everyone needs to be behind this line. Like training us if like something were to go like happen, like what to do. And like they were like, do not move.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they said, hey, Megan, can you come over here in your bright red dress and stand by this tree? Can you stand next to the bear and stand next to the bear and
here,
sing?
hold this honey.
But what was so, I think this is why when I mentioned I felt scared was because for a second they were letting the bear get like a lay of the land, and he was kind of like, exploring, walking around.
So basically what they would do is they set up a parameter where they like trained him to like know not to like sounds like animal cruelty. I don't really know, but it was like
I know, really?
a wire that like if he touched it, it should have like told him no, like you need to like back away. But it wasn't actually on.
No,
so
and it was just
supposed to be,
it was just string.
It was just supposed to be like a mental thing.
They probably trained him with something that actually.
No, that's what I'm saying, because it was just a string. Yeah,
but then the bear got smart and realized that like he touched it, and he's like, this thing ain't on. And so he just takes off a running. And the first thing he does is go for a tree and just start taking down some of like the branches, which also some of like, I think the director and some of the other people were like stressed because like the location we were filming at, like you're not supposed to like
touch the trees
or mess with them. And this bear is like taking down branches. Meanwhile, your girl is leaned up against a tree thinking, what's my move gonna be here if he comes to this tree and starts taking down the branches? I'm not gonna survive that. But I did almost die in that music video, but
for a different reason. It was not the bear. It was not Tag.
It was not the bear, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes. Also, it was cute because they fed him marshmallows. So I like to think that he was treated well because of that.
With the marshmallows. Anyways, we hope that bear is doing well. And it's one of those things like we were in it, and it was, this bear had been in like other movies and TV shows and music videos. And now, like, however many years later, like looking back, I'm like, is that ethical? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe the bear was not meant to be in an environment like that.
Yeah.
But
do they still do that kind of stuff?
It was once in a lifetime, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, because now CGI has gotten so good.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Yeah.
But we got. I don't think I'll ever in my life be that up close to a bear.
Sadly.
Unless I'm on a hike, and I definitely don't want to run into them there. But
you just go like this.
You say, "Hey there, I'm bigger than you."
Just like the mountain lions. Just like the mountain lions.
Just like the mountain lions, like we learned last week. The other animals were the wolves. Those were really cool. They were so tall. One was a half dog, half wolf, and the other was full wolf. There was a frog.
That's, to me, scarier than the bear.
The wolves?
I think so, yeah.
They were sweet. They were huge. I mean, you could see like how tall they come up to me in the music video.
Like, I feel like because I don't know why. Like a bear, you like anticipate to be scary, but like a wolf, you're like a dog, but you're huge, and that's scary.
Yeah, it's like I know. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know, something about it. It's not sitting right in my mind.
Frog bunnies. The bunnies, I was trying not to just like cry laugh at one point because we had this beautiful scene set up where it was like mushrooms, like these big red fake mushrooms, bunnies, and I'm sitting in like the forest, and it's like this fog is rolling in, and I'm just supposed to sit and like sit still, look pretty, be like a little princess in the forest singing with the bunnies. And I don't know if you remember this. Two of the bunnies right in front of me just started fighting, like going at it, and they were like clawing at each other. And the director was like, just keep going.
Oh my gosh.
And I was trying to keep it together, but I'm like, I have one bunny in my hand that I'm petting, and these other two are like duking each other. Literally. And I'm like, we should stop right. I think they were play fighting, but I was like, this is chaotic. I can't. I'm sorry.
Like,
we
this
gotta
is
start
not
over.
giving the message that you wanted to.
No. Then there was the toad. The toad was fine and sweet. I don't remember too much. I just got to hold him and pretend kiss him like a little prince. I didn't actually like put my mouth on the toad.
That's a good call.
And then there was a snake, which you'll find this interesting. I found an old email. I was trying to see if I could find the old schedule for the music video shoot.
Yeah.
And apparently when I got the first treatment, which we should talk about what a treatment is in a second too, like kind of break down all the steps of making a music video. When I received the treatment for the music video, I apparently sent a note back saying I didn't want to have a snake. And I guess the director kind of like talked me into it.
Huh.
But looking back, I'm like, why did I say no to that? I guess I was just afraid. I think I was. I didn't, because the whole visual, if you've seen the music video for my song Escape, there is a snake that crawls across my body. And I think when I read that, I was like, no.
Because you're laying down in a field, and then the snake is like going over
my,
you.
Yeah. So I think I kind of understand why I was like,
I would have said no to the falcon personally, but
oh my gosh. There was also, this is another quick fun fact, is that there was supposed to be a baby deer in the video.
Oh.
But they weren't like in season. Like there wasn't like
it's
baby
not their
deers.
season.
They're like, there's only adult deers available, and they wanted a baby deer. Which, could you imagine having my Audrey Hepburn moment?
Yeah, I know. I literally was about to say that. That would have been so cute.
So that was a very long-winded way of getting into that second truth. And the last truth. The longest music video I ever did was 3 days, and that music video was Summer Forever. Summer Forever was a very long
We got
shoot.
stories on that one.
Filming the music video for my song Summer Forever was equal parts fun and also equal parts like exhausting and just the longest days ever trying to cram so many things in and changing storylines.
Yeah, I feel like at that time that was probably one of the bigger
budgeted music videos I did. I was with my label at the time, but they wouldn't fund a music video.
How cute.
So I paid for that one out of pocket.
And it's so cute of them.
I'm trying to remember, like, if that was like a payback situation. I don't think so. I think I just used my signing bonus to like pay for that music video.
Yeah.
But fun fact, if you've seen the music video for Summer Forever, it's basically like a bunch of friends like hanging out over a long weekend, just having like an epic
end of the summer.
Summic adventure. Yeah, end of summer feels.
Did you say summic?
Epic summer adventure.
Are you sure you didn't say summic?
I'm pretty sure I said summer. An epic summer adventure.
Yes.
Like a last weekend together. But there was originally supposed to be a love interest. And this man's was like on camera, like giving.
There was nothing.
No chemistry.
There was zero chemistry.
And honestly, some of that was on me too, but also it felt like this man was repulsed by me.
I can confirm. I can confirm.
I was like, am I smelly? Like, we're just acting here. Like, we're not even like kissing.
Let's just call it what it is. Mans was probably, I think it was like one of his first things he's ever did or something.
Yeah.
So like he just wasn't comfortable in general.
Yeah. Because it wasn't even like we were doing like a kissing scene or even holding hands. It was supposed to be like light, flirty looks.
Yes.
And like maybe like ha ha ha.
Like, oh, we're friends, but like
maybe we're more.
Maybe we're more.
By the end of the summer, let's find out. Anyways, not a very good confidence boost for me, but then she moved on. We changed the storyline and we said, you know what? We're just all friends hanging out.
Yeah.
We don't need flirtatious looks. We don't need love interest. This music video is not going to be elevated by one.
Yeah.
So let's cut that. I'm glad we did.
Should we jump into maybe kind of the process of what it looks like to make a music video?
I like that because I realized as we were talking about this, we didn't write this down in the doc, but there's a lot that goes into making a music video. And I think I realized when I said treatment, I was like people,
pre-production.
There's a lot. Post-production. Okay, let's start from the beginning of what it takes to make a music video. It's the song. First, it's deciding what song you're going to make a music video for. If you make an album, especially as an independent artist, you're most likely not going to make a music video for every song.
Yeah.
Because music videos can be very
expensive.
So let's get into pre-production. In the beginning stages, you are coming up with a concept. So there's like
what story you want to tell.
Like how do you want to tie it to the music video? Do you want to be pretty like literal with the lyrics? Do you want to go more performance based?
Mm-hmm.
But this is where it gets interesting, where I've had two different types of experiences making music videos. I've had music videos where I first seek out a director that I want to work with and who wants to help bring a vision to life for my song. And the director will come up with something called a treatment. A treatment is basically like a 1 or 2 page kind of rundown of what the concept would be. It usually has like written out like how the beginning to end would look, but it also includes like lots of images that they pulled. Like think like you're putting your Pinterest board together.
Pinterest board.
Of like, hey, here's like the general vision and the vibe I want to go for. And this is what the story would look like. And so there were a couple times specifically when I did the YouTube Music Awards where they connected me to a bunch of different directors and I would get like multiple treatments. And so I would look them over and then be like, oh, I feel like this fits my vision best. Yeah. I want to work with this director and run with this treatment. I did that maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4 times. Because Fever actually was another music video that was a treatment from the director. It wasn't necessarily like my full like Brain Baby.
Yeah.
Brain Baby? I don't know.
Brain. Yeah, that works.
Brainchild.
I like Brain Baby.
Brain Baby.
Brain Baby.
The alliteration. But if it wasn't like that, a lot of the music videos were just coming from like in-house. Like it was like me coming up with the vision, or honestly, I got to shout out my mom should just full-time be a creative director.
She really should.
She has such vision for these things, and like my mom also was really helpful. And if I had like a general like idea and concept of helping me like
get the
pull
details
it all together and the details exactly. Like she would be able to be like, okay, this is the vibe, this is the mood you want to go for. Here are some details I'm thinking of how we bring this to life, and just brought things on a whole new level. So shout out to my mom, because some of you might not know that she was like a uncredited like creative director truly for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And
Mom, that's something positive we're saying about you. So she always says we talk about her every episode, and she feels like we're like dogging on her, but I'm like, no.
Also, how sweet that our mom listens to our podcast every week. We love you, Mom.
We love you.
So it's either like directors coming to you with the treatments, or like you're coming up with it yourself. So I think we should dive into like the lower budget, like us coming in with coming up with the concepts ourselves. Because pre-production. It started with first coming up with a vision, then pairing up with a DP/director to kind of bring that vision to life.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe help make some changes along the way to like just make it even better.
Mm-hmm.
The next step would be figuring out, does this story require extras, actors?
Mm-hmm.
Who are we going to need to hire to...
Who else are we going to need on set?
Who else are we going to need on set?
What does the team look like?
So we're going to break down a little bit of like what the team is. Do you want to? Oh, yeah, I can.
Me? Well, it depends. So it can range depending on the size of the music video, like what the team looks like. So a lot of times,
the reason I wanted to point to you is because a lot of the time, sometimes the team was
a
you.
lot of the times the team was me and my mom.
And a DP.
Yeah, a director. So, but yeah, I really can range. Like on those bigger budget music videos that you didn't pay for.
Yeah.
It was a huge team. I mean, you had a makeup artist. You had 2 like makeup and hair, and like sometimes you had like 2 makeup artists.
Oh my gosh,
like
we should talk about that in a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah, it literally can range from like having a full glam team,
stylist,
to a stylist, to a nail tech, extras,
gaffers, lighting. And that doesn't even include like hiring post-production, the people that are going to edit it.
That could be a whole other team. Potentially.
Sometimes it can be one person that edits and colors. Other time you hire like a separate person to edit and a separate person to do the
coloring.
It's so many things, so many people, and that like the outside of like the talent that you hire as well.
Mm-hmm. But we typically were like kind of just bare bones. We all wear multiple hats.
You were crafty, which crafty's a whole other.
That's like could be in a whole other person. Yeah, it's a whole other job.
That's the person that goes and like makes sure that everyone has snacks and food on set.
And water, yeah, getting all the food.
Yes. Oh, and actually like one of the last music videos that I did was one of my Christmas songs, and it was my version of Christmas rapping.
Mm-hmm.
And your girl was crafty. Like the night before, I went and got like waters and snacks and like vitamin C's, and like I set up like the little crafty services.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes like the artist, especially if you're like, if you're doing everything on a budget, like you just do what you
just do what you gotta do.
You're there to like because at the end of the day, like you're making something for yourself that you want to share. So like you're gonna do what you can to like make it happen.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And so there's so many people involved in making a music video, and I have to say, just a side note, it's kind of sad to feel like it's like a little bit of like a dying art form.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe not dying art form, but like music videos are like dying. They're like not quite what they used to be, unless we're talking like K-pop, like viewership wise. Like,
yeah.
And honestly, that's on me too, because I'm trying to think of like the last time like I went to like watch a music video.
I can't remember the last time I watched a music video.
But I love making them.
Yeah.
I love being able to have like a visual component to
go along with
the song. Yeah, it's just it feels
it's nice
so good.
Having a visual component to go along with your
the pod.
Killer audio.
Shout out to our video watchers. But I'm trying to think of like who else is. There's just so many people involved in making it happen, and that's like so pre-production, just like hiring all those people. Then comes the actual day of like
days
of making the video.
music video.
Like we said, Summer Forever was a 3-day shoot, and that was like 3 full days.
Mm-hmm.
I've also had music videos where
and what is a full day, Megan?
A full day can be, so I found one of those schedules, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a call time of like 5:30 a.m. and my manager saying, I'll meet at your house at 4:45 a.m. because we were going to all like carpool together.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I was waking up at like, I don't know, 4 to like shower and everything, because at least like I don't have to show up like with hair and makeup ready.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing. But I'm still like waking up like at 4, which means like the crew is probably waking up even earlier.
Yeah.
To set up. Like, round of applause for the crews that like have to show up on any set like hours before and stay hours after. Like I want
everything
to
down,
keep all that in mind when I'm telling like my side of how long my day was. So it's getting there at like 5:45 in the morning and then leaving like, I don't know, that fun music video, which we'll talk about I think next. I was there until like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Like it was just like there all day.
Long days.
There was another music video one time where our location we only had for so long, and we took a nap. Like literally took a nap for like a power nap for a second, and then got back to it, and we're there like for 24 hours. I swear. Like they get like intense. And I think the reason probably music videos are so intense and compacted is because
Yeah.
everyone's trying to do it for cheap, I think, at the end of the day, or as cheap
Yeah,
as
like
they can.
even if you have like a big budget, like everyone still has a budget. Like you're still trying to stay within that budget. And so sometimes that does look like pushing through and having these really like crazy long days.
Oh my gosh, it's wild. And I think this is actually a good transition into getting into Mija, that's expensive. Because the most expensive music video that I ever made was for a song of mine called Fun. This was a music video that was funded as part of the YouTube Music Awards, so it was not on your girl's dime. Was one of the craziest experiences of my life, honestly.
Maybe you should give some perspective too of like, so I know you're going to say the number of what they paid for this music video. But like a comparison of like on average, like what you would normally do.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I was paying for a music video out of my own pocket, the average I would spend is my budget would be, I would say like around 4 to 5K, but sometimes it'd end up being like 5 to 10, depending on the music video. You always go over.
Yeah.
You just always go over.
You always will. You just have to account for that.
So you have to keep that in mind when you tell someone your budget. Just know it's probably going to go over, even if you're wearing as many hats as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, and also like, I want to pay everyone, even if it's a small crew, I want to make sure like everyone's like paid as fairly as possible, even as an independent artist.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, anywhere from that range, which is like a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
I swear, I think I heard something around 200K. I think I heard that number floating around. I don't know exactly how true that is, but when we start to put all the pieces together, I'm like, wait, it literally probably was.
Yes.
Which is insane.
So
to
just
me.
to put this in perspective, like Megan had like multiple nail techs.
Well, first of all, we show up on set at like 5 in the morning.
I wasn't on the set, but
oh, you weren't on Fun? You never came to the Fun music video? Where were you?
I don't know. I literally don't know. Maybe I was in school.
Okay. Was it like when you were in college by that point? Maybe first year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't know why else I wouldn't like have been there.
That's like blowing my mind because Maddie was like just at everything.
I know. I missed the big one. Like for real.
Wait, I want to paint the morning picture and then please go into the glam squad.
No, I was just going to say, like, I was just going to start adding up all the things. So you do it in your order because I wasn't there.
So I was going to say the first thing is I show up and we're like, it's like this location at this time and it's dark because it's still like, it's like 5 in the morning. And we're like, is this it? We see like 2 massive like 18-wheelers like hauling equipment out. This entire street has been blocked off in downtown LA. And me and my mom are just showing up and we're like, oh, I wonder whose music video that is. Like we must be close by, maybe like to their like set too. No, literally it was for my music video. And we were just like, I'm sorry, a whole street is closed down for this? And then I get into the glam room and what are we working with? I told you about this. It was like you said.
Like you had like multiple nail techs, which like normally
2 nail techs.
Yeah. And then I don't know about the rest of your glam squad. I just remember that sticking out because I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I had 2 people working on my nails alone.
Probably 2 makeup artists, I would assume.
I think like a makeup artist,
a hair person.
2 people on hair. And then I had
because you had
so
like
many
extensions. Yeah.
It was your girl's first time ever wearing extensions, by the way. And oh my gosh, this was also crazy because the director came in and didn't like how my hair was done the first time. So she had the makeup artist who was actually Taylor. That's where I met her. And she became my makeup and hair like artist for like years to come after that. But she was like, Taylor, can you like redo it? So I had my hair like redone.
Oh my gosh.
And then I don't even remember like what happened with the hairstylist after that because I'm like, maybe she went and worked on like, because there was so many like background dancers and other actors like involved in this production, like so many. And lots of extras as well that came later in the day. But glam alone, the fact that I had like 2 stylists, 2 nail techs, 2 people on hair, makeup artists, it was just a lot going into making sure your girl looked good. The director was Hannah Lux Davis, which just look up her credentials. It's actually insane, okay? We're talking Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj. Like, the list goes on. And then little old me. Her budget alone,
like her cost,
her fee, yeah. I don't know what that was, but it had to be high. Okay, so like we're adding it all up. A street closed down in LA,
which like most films that are shot like in a downtown, like they don't usually shoot in LA. Like they usually don't, because it's so expensive and there's so many added like fees and like all these things.
Yeah.
So like to close a street down in LA like costs a lot of money, and most people try to avoid it if they can.
Kind of insane. They built a bedroom set that they put in the middle of this street. If you've seen the music video for Fun, it starts off with me in like a cute little bedroom, which also like just set design for that alone. And I'm on the computer, and it's like all of like 30 seconds of the music video. I make a wish and my walls fall down and I'm in my LA Hollywood dream. People also thought that this was CGI. No, the walls actually on cue fell down. They pulled all the walls down to reveal actual downtown LA behind me. Like, the street they chose was so that they could have that reveal in the background of that shot. I'm sorry? Like, you built this whole bedroom set right there. So the budget, you see how the budget's going up?
It's adding
up. She had 3 different sets of nails, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I don't know if I said that earlier. 3 different sets of nails, multiple outfits, so many outfit changes. I do have to mention this. So in that scene when I'm making a wish and then the walls fall down around me, I had to not like react to the loud sound of the walls hitting the ground. And I think I only got like 1 shot at it. So I had to like make sure that I didn't like go like jump.
Yeah, flinch.
I maybe had like 1 or 2 shots, and like they're really like, hey, like just make sure like when it just don't react. Like, hello, massive wooden walls hitting like pavement. She made it happen. Also, the other thing in that music video is there was this scene where I'm performing and they had like this reflector that was shining the actual sun into my eyes. And they'd be like, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes wide and bright.
Could not be me. I'd be like, I quit. I'm sorry. I quit.
I'm literally like, Siri.
Well, like, how do you control your eyes not watering? Like, I don't understand how you did some of the things that you did, because I literally would have been like, I'm out. I'm sorry. Get someone else. I quit. I quit right now.
But her skin,
are you going to stop
glowing.
blinding me? Because if you stop blinding me, then maybe I can keep my eyes open.
I'm like, can we talk to a stylist? Can I have sunglasses on in this shot, please?
Please.
Okay, the budget continues. Okay, because we had
just imagine the entire crew that had to unload these like semi trucks.
That's what I'm saying. There were so many people like involved, and at one point there were people like kind of going by the barricades, like recording, and they thought it was like a Nicki Minaj music video or something. Like they were like, "Who is that? Who is she?" And it's like
you're like, "Hi,
eat me."
Literally,
people were like, who's recording a video here? Like, this is a huge budget. It's like, oh, it's little old Megan, little YouTuber, as part of the YouTube Music Awards. Speaking of like the crew, like, you know, like working overtime, like so many people involved, like just taking all that gear out. When we went to broke for lunch, there were so many people. Like, yeah. And I was like,
I bet.
I can't believe all these people are working on a music video for me. That's actually wild. And 2, one of like the lighting assistants or something was like making an adjustment and was like standing by me while I was like, you know, I was like in shot ready to go, and they were just making quick adjustments. And I just said, hey, like, how's your day going? This man literally looked at me and said, nobody ever asked me that when I'm working on set.
That's so sad.
That literally, like, at first I thought he was like joking, and I was like, this man's is not joking. Like, artists do better. Be kind. Be a person. I've heard horror stories of some artists. Like, I won't like name names, but like if you like literally like look at them, like you'll be kicked off their set. So I don't know. It's just like
that's just so dumb.
People like
Like
people.
They're literally another human being just like you.
Yeah.
Like,
but anyway, that stuck with me though, because I remember being like, oh my gosh, like
goodbye.
they were like, me? Are you talking to me? And I was like, yeah. Like, you're standing right here.
Literally. That's horrible.
I had a PA holding an umbrella for me, not requested by me, but by the director to make sure I was not sweating in the sun. While 5 different
Did they have
people
someone like fan you too?
Yeah, no, I swear there was just so many extra hands on deck. Like there's a photo of like someone holding an umbrella over me. I'm drinking water. A stylist is working on like tying a shoe for me. Someone else is checking my hair. Someone else checking my nails. It's
just
a lot.
Imagine like the artist that's like been
their whole life.
Well, I guess not their whole life, but yeah, like
as an artist,
like that's just what their norm is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was your norm?
Oh my gosh, no. No, I mean, which I understand how people get these like complexes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if that's just how you're treated all the time.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, they also had an artist that did a fun like graffiti tag on the street. So it said the name of the song.
That's so cool.
And it was like a detail that you saw for like 2 seconds. There was a car. There was a full stage. There was a band. I could go on and on. Watch the music video. That was the most expensive music video I think I ever made. I think that Escape was maybe up there too.
Yeah, I would imagine with all the
animals.
Like, I mean, we've looked into for our small little
for your production business
that we do. Yeah, like for like just getting a dog is insane because you have to pay the trainer. You have to like pay for their time to like
travel there
to train the animal to do what you needed to do for the shoot. So like that's like hours and hours of things that you have to pay for. And then then to get there, like it's insane. It's
and there were
insane.
6 different animals on that one music video.
Yeah,
set.
like I think it was like 10 grand or something
for
like a dog.
So a bear must have been like 50 grand.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's insane. It's insane. Like I need the dog to drink out of a water bottle. Like that's all I need. Like a little water bowl. And you're gonna charge 10 grand. Like that's cute.
Now I want to know the exact numbers that the YouTube Music Awards spent on the music videos.
It was a lot.
I swear. And how did I
you're like, can you buy me a house instead?
Can I get a car for that?
Yeah.
Honestly, still crazy looking back that I got chosen twice to be a part of the YouTube Music Awards and I got 2 music videos made when there were so many amazing talented YouTube artists like making music. So anyways, shout out to YouTube. Thank you for that. That was one of the coolest experiences of my life.
You.
We love you. We love YouTube.
We
promote this video in your algorithm. Ooh. I think it's safe to say that might be the highest Miha that's expensive that I've ever had. And it wasn't on my budget, so that's nice. But it's just like so crazy to think like that in contrast of like me doing crafty, you know? Like, like for myself, 2 nail techs. She's making the sets and doing crafty, and she's also her stylist.
Oh, yeah.
But I
stay humble.
Stay humble, queen.
Stay humble, queen.
It makes me appreciate every single role that goes into making a music video, though.
Yeah.
And it also makes me appreciate the people that are willing to work with independent artists and also take on a couple other hats.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just lots of love for people that make music videos.
I think a great way to kind of wrap up this episode is to talk about some fuzzed up moments from our music video sets.
They're surprisingly a lot.
There's a lot.
But today's focus, we've been mostly talking about 3 music videos, and that's my Escape music video, Summer Forever, and Fun. So let's go ahead and get into fuzzed up moments from those specific music videos. Number 1, we've already talked about this, but running barefoot with the Falcon. Why was I ever barefoot in any of my music videos is the real question. Why was she out here?
There was many times we ran through fields too.
Right? Oh, I ran on concrete barefoot for my music video Never Have I Ever because I was supposed to be a caveman and cave woman wouldn't have shoes in the hot like Hollywood sun. Like,
yeah,
what was I doing? My feet were
not necessary.
My feet changed colors on the bottom. They were just completely like black from the cement. It was awful. And it was so hot.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Number 2, we talked about this too, but like the early call times, it's a little fuzzed up for everyone involved. But sometimes
Gotta do what you gotta do.
What you gotta do. In Summer Forever, the music video, we had a car breakdown. So in the beginning scene, you see us in a like cute old Mustang. And I believe we were supposed to be in that Mustang for the entire shoot because you'll see that it transitions that later in the music video we're in like a newer red Mustang. And we just went ahead and went with like, oh, it's a dream sequence, and like in her dream sequence he's in a Mustang still, but it's a different one.
There was a while there where all the music videos were it was all a dream.
I know. I did too many of those. It was like at the end of it I was like, it was all a dream, and I was like, I gotta stop doing these. But we were supposed to originally be driving that red Mustang in the beginning, but it broke down when it got to
in
set.
the parking lot, literally in the parking lot. And I'm pretty sure
we had to push it for a few scenes.
Not us.
Yeah, not us. It had to be pushed and reset for the in traffic scene. So in the beginning, it looks like we're in traffic on the freeway. We were just in a parking lot.
We were just in a parking lot.
Movie magic, you know.
Hate to break it to you.
But fun fact, that car was supposed to be used in the entire music video because it was a lot more fun and cute, in my opinion. But excuse me. But it died on us. Maddie has one that also happened on the set of Summer Forever. That was pretty fuzzed up.
Oh, yes. So it was during the pool scene, and we were like at this house. And I think one of the hairstylists like had left their like curling wand outside for some reason. Maybe they were doing touch-ups on your hair or something, and left it plugged in, sitting like on these steps. And it was so hot outside, and I like sat down on the steps, not realizing that I sat on the curling iron that was still on. And I didn't realize that my leg was burning because I was like, oh, it's just like the hot concrete, like whatever. And then I realized like, no, that's an extra burn. And it was like on my like, I think like my calf or something, just like this big burn mark from a curling iron.
Oh, it's so
but
awful.
The show must go on, ladies.
She literally still performed in the music video the next few days.
Yeah.
Like, wild.
Anyways, that's my fuzzed up. I literally had a scar.
It's pretty fuzzed up. And the final that's fuzzed up from a music video that we're going to leave you with today because, oh man, like we said, there's still so many music videos to talk about.
Absolutely.
Is on the set of Escape. I had mentioned earlier that I almost died. And
Legitimately.
And
almost, there was like med people on.
Yes, we had medics
crew,
on set. That's usually like a requirement.
Me thinking about board.
Me thinking about all the music videos I've done without a medic.
No, I think it probably has something to do with like
the size of the crew or like the types of things happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there was a medic on set, but we had a bear on set, like we mentioned. We had wolves, but the thing that almost made me pass out, possibly die, was your girl started to get hypothermia.
Her heart rate was low. Like, she was literally dying.
The schedule got moved around. And so there is a scene in this music video, if you go and watch it later, where I am laying in the water in a yellow dress. And it looks kind of dreamy. And she's floating and she's singing. But because we moved it around in the schedule, it got moved towards the end of the day. And it was freezing cold outside. And the water was like ice. I mean, there was someone that like helped to escort me into like the center of the pond or whatever this was. And this man was like in boots and like the high-waisted
the waders.
What do you call it? Is that what they're called?
I think so.
They're like the overalls like for like fishing in like really cold water, and like was carrying me like in this like sheer yellow dress. Like your girl had hardly anything on to like keep her warm. And so I'm like in the water, and I just at a certain point I could hear the director saying, I want one more. And my brain is thinking like, all right, yeah. Like I'm like a person that like I'm gonna push through. And like, cause I want to wrap up. I want to make it happen. And like, I don't want to take a break. Like we're almost done. Like especially at this point, we're like, it's the last shot of the day.
Also, just a side note, usually when it's like, when the director says, just one more take, it's never one more take.
That's funny. That's like honestly how I would be like as a director, like for myself, like or recording my vocals. I'm like that one more. Just kidding, one more.
I'm triggered by those words.
Just one more. So I'm like floating in the water, and I'm like singing, and all of a sudden I can feel myself like starting to black out. Next thing I knew, Mans is like that was in the like the waders or whatever was like pulling me out of the water and like rushing me to the medic. They were ripping me out of the dress, putting like a robe on me, and like the medic was like trying to find my pulse and was like struggling. Her mom said he was like looking and she was like, "What is it? What is it?" He was like, "I don't know what it is."
We literally threw you because there was nowhere for you to go that was warm either. So we threw her in the back of like
A
mom's
van.
car or something.
I think there was like a shuttle van that was taking us from set to the trailer. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, so then we put her in the back of the car, started blasting the heat because, that's right, because we couldn't go into a trailer because it wasn't nearby.
Yeah.
So we started blasting the heat, like literally trying to like just get her body temperature back up, like kept wrapping blankets on her, like, but the medics, like, they weren't really doing much. Like, they were just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is your job. Why are we over here going,
you're like, can't you see she's dying?
Like, Mom and I laying our bodies on yours so that body heat.
It was pretty scary. Like, that's what I kind of remember, like, was just like, I started to like go black and I was just like, at a certain point I was like,
because Mom and I didn't know what was going on at that point because I think we weren't in the area because it was like a small area.
Yeah.
So like we were like, they had us somewhere else. And that happened a lot on that set actually. They were like, it's a small area. No one can come. I'm like, great. Okay, cool.
Like,
we're like killing her. That's why you don't want us there.
Like, we don't want you to see her get mauled by a bear if she does.
We were there for that. We were there for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so that was pretty fuzzed up, and there are so many more music video stories, like I mentioned, and I think the Pop Star Diaries will always continue. So, yeah, to be continued. More Pop Star Diaries to come. Thank y'all so much for listening to us today, and we hope that you had a fun time kind of getting a peek behind the curtain of what the process is like making a music video.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. It's a scary time.
It can be dangerous, but it's always a fun time. Yeah. And there's always fun stories.
And it's always fun at the end of the day to have a product that you're like really proud of and that you put your heart and soul into.
Yeah.
And like your body, your full body temperature.
Is that how people feel about babies?
It's the same. Music videos,
we
children.
made that. You know?
We made that. Yeah. I did that. Just as hard. 9 months versus 3 days. And slash the rest of life of the baby. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.